Journalists in Myanmar who were once jailed or lived in exile have hailed steps taken by the government towards media reform. At least 2 exiled media have returned to Myanmar and given license to publish. But they say there's still a long way to go to fully win back their confidence. Our correspondent Sujati Siswo visited their newsroom in Yangon after decades of operating from neighbouring countries.
These are the first 5,000 copies of the Irrawaddy to be legally distributed in Myanmar. For almost 2 decades, online and print versions were published in neighbouring Thailand. Like other exiled media, it was run by journalists who fled the country after the 1988 military crackdown. Now 2 publications have returned, encouraged by steps taken towards democratic reform under the current Thein Sein government. For Ai Chan Myat, who's reported out of Thailand for the last 5 years, it was a chance for her to participate in a country's development.
Our country needs more free media, and we need to write many things here. We have to meet real people inside Burma. We cannot meet real people outside Burma.
The Irrawaddy has a team of 25 journalists at its new Yangon office, reporting in both English and Myanmar. It still maintains an office in Thailand, just in case the situation changes.
I hope so. They continue, but I think we have shadowed, the military government.
As part of democratic reform, journalists like Tun Chaw were released from prison. Tun Chaw was working for the Democratic Voice of Burma when he was arrested in 2009. He was freed last year, but remains skeptical about the reform process.
ကိုယ်လုံခြုံပြီးတော့ထင်မထားလုံခြုံပြီးတော့ထင်မထားဘူးဆိုတာသူတို့ဆက်လွတ်လိုက်ပေးလိုက်တဲ့ပုံစံကိုကလည်းပဲတိတ်ပုံစံမကြတာရှိတယ်ပုံစံမကြတာရှိတယ်နောက်ပြီးတော့ဟိုမြန်မာနိုင်ငံရေးအနေအထားကလည်းဒီမိုကရေစီဖြစ်နေပါပြီလို့ပြောလို့ရတဲ့အနေအထားလည်းမဟုတ်သေးဘူးအဲ့ဒီအတွက်ကိုလုံခြုံမှုအပြည့်အဝတော့မရှိသေးဘူးဒါပေမဲ့ဟိုတုန်းကတဲ့ဆိုင်တော့လောက်ပိုင်ခွင့်တွေပိုရလာတယ်ဒီလုပ်ငန်းနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့ဟိုတုန်းကတဲ့ဆိုင်တော့ပိုလုံခြုံလာတယ်
For former exile publications such as the Irrawaddy, it would be a different challenge operating in Myanmar, which has begun to embrace press freedom.
Now, we don't have censorship here, but many media have self-censorship. This is a little bit problem of us because we stayed under the military government for a long time. They press us for a long time.
But even as the government loosens its grip, there are still laws in place to punish errant media.
The only penalty that I'm aware of being imposed on a newspaper since then is when one of the Myanmar language newspapers published a photo of the victim of the rape incident in Rakhine State, which led to the communal violence there.
Industry players in Myanmar say they are helping the government to draft several new laws relating to media liberalization. Most are expected to be ready and be passed by Parliament this year. Sujati Siswo, Channel News Asia, in Yangon.